Hey everyone, Coach Kirsten here, and I am not a financial coach. I am a life coach, a lifestyle coach, a triathlon coach, a running coach, a swim coach, and personal trainer, lots of other types of coaching. But definitely, I have had my ups and downs in my financial life, meaning I probably have been debt free 10 times in my life, which means I racked back up debt 10 times in my life. So I am working this year. My main goal is to change my ways, to change what I've been doing in the past. Obviously, it hasn't been working. And I got really motivated and excited. And in 3 months, I have paid off $16,000 on my car payment. So I paid off my car, $16,000 in 3 months. And this is how I did it. Some of these are pretty extreme, so I'm not suggesting this to everyone, but I'm going to give you guys 21 things that I did in the last 3 months that helped me pay off my car. So just to put this in a little bit of context, I earn about $5,000 a month. So I'm not like rolling in the dough. And my apartment, my housing payment is over half of that. It was. It's not anymore. That was one thing that I did. So I wanted to share with you guys some of the things I did to give you ideas if you are struggling with money, struggling with paying off debt. The first thing I did, and this isn't even on my list, but I just wanted to mention. So I've been a big Dave Ramsey fan. I know that sounds weird because he doesn't believe in debt. And I've been out of debt so many times, but then I accumulate more debt. But I have been listening to Dave Ramsey on and off, obviously, for the last 15 years. And I really like what he says. He basically says, don't do debt and don't buy things you can't afford and don't be stupid with your money. And I'm obviously been very stupid with my money, admittedly, and that is all about to stop. So I committed to listening to Dave Ramsey. His show is 2 hours a day. I've been listening 2 hours a day for the past 3 months. 2 hours a day for the past 3 months. And it just keeps me motivated. It helps give me ideas. So I thought I'd hop on and give you guys some ideas in case you don't have 2 hours a day to listen to Dave Ramsey, or you want some quick things that you could do right now to get extra cash, to save you money, to cut down on your expenses. And again, these are just things I did, but they might be helpful for you. So the number one thing I did was I didn't make a budget. I just wrote down all my income and expenses because I really had no idea how much I was making or how much I was spending. I was just like, oh, I still have money. I guess I'm doing fine. That's not a thing. The first month, no judgment on myself. I wrote down my income, wrote down my expenses, and then I looked at what can I improve on for next month. And then same thing the next month. Again, no judgment. I improved on some things. I didn't specifically say I only have this much for this purpose. I just did it I feel like it takes 3 or 4 months before you can figure out, okay, in a quarter, I might spend this much on car maintenance or this much on, like I had to get my car registration, but that doesn't happen every month. It only happens once a year. So to get an idea of developing a budget and making a budget, you have to know your income and expenses. So second month, again, I did better. And then I made some changes, but still didn't commit to this much for this amount until after the third month, because 3 months for me is figuring it all out. Where am I spending my money? And then how can I make cuts? So being aware, writing down all your income, all your expenses, and then creating a budget from that. So I think that is a really good place to start if you don't do that. If you already do that and you're like, I still can't make ends meet, here's some other things that I did. So this isn't in any order. I just randomly wrote down some things I did. So my protein shake I drink is really expensive, but it's really, really good. So it's important to me to drink this protein shake. It's Shakeology. And I asked AI, like, what's the equivalent with all the same superfoods and all the great things? And they said there really isn't an equivalent, but they gave me some options of some that are similar, that are less expensive. So I drink 2 shakes a day. and I didn't want to give it up completely. So now I drink one Shakeology a day, and then I drink one Orgain shake a day. Orgain with superfoods. I love that one as well. So I tried a few. I ended up not liking some, so I gave them away to my friends, but it was a little bit expensive to like figure out which one I like. But now I'm set on the Orgain is half the price. So I still drink 2 shakes a day. I still get all my great things I love about Shakeology. And now I have another one that's less expensive. So over time, then that's going to cut down on that expense of my protein shake that I drink every day. The next thing I did, I committed to eating out less. I don't eat out a lot, like go to restaurants. I order takeout a lot because I'm lazy and I'm exhausted by the end of the day and I just want some good food. So the first month I looked and I was eating like $300 in takeout. The second month I tried to cut down and I ended up only with, I think half that, like 150. So by the third month, I ate out like once or twice and it was like $50. So baby steps, if you want to go crazy and not eat out at all, that's awesome. But I'm just trying to do things that are sustainable and things that I can maintain, because in the past, like I said at the beginning, I've been out of debt 10 times. I deprived myself. And then when I get out of debt, I was like, oh, wait, I need this and this and this. I'm out of this and this and this. And all of a sudden my credit card's at 10,000 again somehow. I don't know how that happens. So eating out less. I reviewed and canceled some of my subscriptions. So again, like we hear this all the time, you might be paying for things you forgot you even subscribe to or that you don't use anymore. So what's really important to you right now? I kept a few things that are important to me and then canceled things that weren't important to me. And people are always like, oh, it's only $5 a month. It's only $10 a month. And that's how I was too. But then it adds up to a whole bunch of money every single month. Another thing I did is I did start working more hours. So I have a bunch of different jobs. I work at gyms. I work at pools. There's always, they always need shifts subbed. They always need classes subbed. So I just started picking up shifts here and there, working a few more hours. So I did start working a little bit more, which to increase my income. I started donating plasma. I've done that on and off over the past 20 years, and I love it because I can sit there when I'm waiting in line. I do all my journals and my lists and get caught up on my emails, my texts. And then when I'm donating, I'll work on like my podcast videos or deleting things off my phone or my social media stuff. So it's a win-win. I'm getting things accomplished and I'm getting paid to donate plasma and I'm helping people with the plasma. So it's actually a win-win-win. So I started doing that again to add income. My daughter's dad and I actually won a lottery. We had a scratch-off ticket that we won $10,000 on. And after taxes, we split it. We each got $3,600. So that showed up last month. And so I put all that toward my car. So that was $3,600. So again, that's nothing really. I wouldn't suggest going out and buying lottery tickets. I got this as a Christmas gift and it just happened to be a winner. Hallelujah. So again, I want to say, hey, go buy lottery tickets. You never know, because I don't gamble. The only time I get a lottery ticket is every Christmas. My mom's husband gives us some lottery tickets. So ours just happened to be a winner. So I put that right toward the car payment, the car balance. I also started selling a ton of stuff. I looked around the house. I looked in my storage closet. I looked at things like, what am I not using? Like I had a really nice deep cleaning vacuum that we don't have carpets anymore. We have hardwood floors. I had a room air conditioner that I needed when my air conditioner went out last 2 summers ago, that it's just been sitting. So I have a road bike that's in great condition that I just never really ride. I ride it like once every couple of years. So I just started selling things. I just selling things. I probably have 30 things on Facebook Marketplace right now. And I don't feel like anything is too small. Like I bought my dogs a toothbrushing kit that I never use, that I looked online. It was only like $8. So I'm selling it for $4. And so these little bits, any penny I get, I put toward my debt. So any extra money, it goes toward my debt. So $3, $8, no amount is too small because it all adds up. I did change my cell phone plan. I was going to change my cell phone carrier completely because I'm paying $91 a month, and I found a lot that is unlimited everything that is only like $40 or $50 a month. So I went to go change it, and you need a code from your current provider to keep your same phone number. So I reached out to my provider, T-Mobile, and I said, hey, I need this code. And they're like, oh, can we ask why you're switching? And I was like, yeah, I'm just paying too much. And they're like, oh, let's see what we can do. And now my plan is $45. So I cut my cell plan in half. I guess threatening to switch. I was going to switch, but I needed that code. So I talked to them, and they cut my same plan, cut it in half. So yay for that. I started making more meals at home. That goes along with that, not ordering out. They're not always the best. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I would have gone out, but it saved me, money from the first month to the second month, I saved $400 just on food a month. So, and it's getting better every time. Along with that, I also started using up my food in the house. So instead of being like, ooh, what sounds good to me? Oh, I have to go buy this and go buy this to make something that sounds good. I open the cupboard. I'm like, what can I make with what we have? And again, sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes it's boring. Sometimes I love it. Sometimes I don't. But I'm using up all my food. And on that vein, I'm also using up all the other products in my house. So I have hair products, face products, lotion, shampoo. There's all sorts of things I have that I've tried that I didn't love. And then it just sits in the cupboard. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just using this all up. It's sitting there. It's not expired. It's fine. It's not making me like I didn't turn green or anything. Like it's fine. They're products just because I don't love them. I already bought them. I put money into them. So I'm just using up products in my house, food in my house, even if it's not my favorite. Let's see. Oh, a couple things with my business. I just changed an app that I'm using for my coaching. I'm not changing completely. I just downgraded. So that's saving me $100 a month. A couple changes like that. So I guess that might go along with canceling subscriptions because these apps that I use for my coaching business are subscriptions. So just looking at those and like, what do you actually need compared to what you want? So I had this like meal planning thing that I was going to offer to my clients, and I just never got around to it. And it's been sitting there for the past 6 months, $40 extra a month. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to cancel that. It's a cool little add-on, but I'm not utilizing it. So look at what is it. When you start writing down all your expenses, you can go through each one and be like, do I need this? Do I need this? Do I need this? So I downgraded. So I still use it. It's just I don't use all the functions I was originally paying for. The other thing I've done one time in 3 months, but again, I'm gonna commit to this more, is I actually went into a grocery store. The problem when I do that is I spend way more money than I intend. So when I order on Instacart, even though there's like a $3 fee and you're paying, like you're tipping somebody to bring your groceries to you, I order what I need. When I go into a store, I was going to go into this. So I love peanut butter and jelly tortillas, but I was out of jelly and I was out of tortillas. I had peanut butter at home. And normally I'd go on the app and be like, jelly tortillas, what else do I need? 3 more things. And then they deliver it to me. But I was like, you know what? I'm saving money. I'm going to go into the store. I came out with 2 bags full of food that if I would have used the app, I wouldn't have bought. So I'm torn if that's a pro or a con for me, but I gave it a shot. I went to the grocery store instead of ordering food. So again, that might save you, or for me, the ordering food online saves me money. But I did go in the grocery store once. I also skipped a month of some of my supplements that I take. And I spend a lot on supplements. That was one thing I noticed. So like my mushroom supplement, I get it delivered every month. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to skip a month and just instead of taking 2 a day, I'm going to take 1 a day. So it's still, I don't know, maybe all of a sudden my health is going to shoot downhill and I'm going to change that around. But for right now, I want to get really strict on my spending so I can put all this money toward my debt. So there's 3 different supplements. I just skipped a month And it's easy if you have a subscription for food or a supplement, you could just, there's usually a button that says skip a month. So then I'll get it next month and then I can decide if I want to skip another month. But that's spending half of it in a year, paying for 6 servings in 6 months instead of 12 months, it's still saving money. So for now, skipping a month on 3 of my different supplements. This is a big one. So this is probably one that's not going to work for you guys, but it worked for me. So on Dave Ramsey, I told you I've been listening to him. They recommend that your rent or your mortgage is no more than 25% of your monthly take home. Mine, I did the math. Mine was 64% of my monthly take home. And I was like, ooh, that's really bad. No wonder I feel like I never have any money. So I used to live in a 1-bedroom apartment with my daughter. And then 2 years ago, we moved into a 2-bedroom. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go online and check out apartments in the area. They're all the same. Like anywhere within like a 10-mile radius, all the apartments are the same cost. They're really expensive where I live. And so then I was like, you know, this really sucks, but I'm going to have to downgrade and go back to a 1-bedroom apartment. Like we made it work for 5 years. Like we're just going to suck it up and do it, or for 4 years. We're just going to suck it up and do it again. So I went on our apartment's website and I started looking at apartments, and they had an apartment that's my same exact floor plan in a different building, because prices have gone down a little bit since there's so many new builds in the area of apartments. So I found the same exact apartment in a different building for $500 cheaper a month. Right? Isn't that amazing? So I went to the office. I said, can we move it into this apartment? So the one that's our same floor plan that we want, it's not available for another month, but that's okay. I'm like, okay, sold. So in 1 month, we're moving into a different apartment. Yes, moving sucks, but I plan on being in an apartment for a while. I'm not anywhere near buying a house right now. And it's $500 a month cheaper. So I'm like, this is amazing. So I moved apartments to save money. And again, moving is going to be awful, but once we're in, it's the same exact apartment, $500 a month cheaper. So that was pretty extreme, I know, and that's not for everyone, but it was just something that I did. Ask for a raise. If you work somewhere that you haven't had a raise in a while, or you've been doing a bunch of extra stuff, or your pay is a little bit different than the other people, then go in and ask for a raise. They can always say no. But asking for a raise, even if it's a little bit, it adds up over time. And increasing your income helps you pay off debt if you decrease your expenses or keep your expenses the same. So ask for a raise. I did have some quote, investments. I use the term investment loosely. I did have some money in crypto. I had it in just a general like crypto investment. And then I had some in like a high yield savings through the crypto. And just listening to Dave Ramsey, when you're in debt, you shouldn't be investing anything. So I pulled it all out and I put that chunk of money right to my car payment. So that was also a good chunk. That lottery money was a big chunk. This investment I pulled out of was a big chunk. And then the third big chunk was my tax refund. It wasn't as big as the investment or the lottery, but it was $2,000, and I just got it back and put it straight toward the car debt. So as soon as I got it, it went out. I didn't think, ooh, I have extra money. Oh, there's some things I need. Nope, I didn't even, because if I think about it and it sits there, I can think of 100 things that I need that I don't really need, or that I do need, but I don't need them right this minute. And then the next thing that I did that actually netted me a few $100s was I had a bunch of gift cards, random gift cards sitting around collecting dust, or gift cards with like $4 left on them or $6 left on them. And they all seem like I never had time to like check the balance or see, or anything. So I went through, I collected all those. I called one day, I figured out all the balances, and then I used those balances, but not on like Target. I had a couple Target gift cards, and I don't usually go to Target. Instead of being like, ooh, Target, let's go buy my daughter a new outfit, I was like, okay, what do I need that I would be spending money on anyway that's at Target? And this was early last month. And I was like, oh, my daughter needs Valentine's to give to her classmates. So I was like, oh, let's see what they have at Target. And I bought them with my Target gift card. So I use them only on stuff that I would be spending anyway, not on extra things. So gathered up all my gift cards, bought stuff with them, and then got rid of them. My wallet went from like this thick to this thick because I just had a bunch of random gift cards. And then if you like, I had like $3 on a Chipotle gift card. In the past, I'd have been like, oh, I have to use this. I guess I'll buy Chipotle. And then I'm using my gift card, but also paying another $10 because you can't get anything from Chipotle for $3. So I was like, nope, can't do that. You have to wait till you get more Chipotle gift cards so they add up. And I actually did get another one. And so I was able to use both gift cards and not pay any extra money. And then the final thing that I did was I run a summer swim team, and I get paid as a coach out of the swim team. And I usually just get paid in the summer. And I need that because I don't work as much at my other jobs. However, I figured that if I pay off my car, which is $500 a month payment, and my apartment is going to be $500 less, that's saving $1,000 a month. So I won't need the extra $1,000 a month that I get from coaching. So I paid myself in advance because it was the exact amount I needed to pay off my car. So again, I'm not saying, oh, go get an advancement with your pay, because then when your pay comes, when the time comes, you're like, ooh, I needed that money. But since I'm paying off my car, save me $500, cheaper apartment, saving $500. Even if I did nothing else different, which I've done a lot of things different, then it would be fine over the summer because my expenses are $1,000 less and $1,000 less, and my pay will be $1,000 less. So it's a wash. And if I keep doing the things I'm doing, then everything's going to be great. And I will still be out of debt and have my emergency fund by the end of 2026. So, oh my gosh, that was so much that I did. And I'm really proud of myself. If you guys have some other ideas, I would love to hear them. But any of these things, if they help you come up with some ideas or trigger like, oh yeah, I could do that, then that's why I'm sharing all this. So I hope this is really helpful. I hope you guys can get out of debt and go us. We are so awesome, even focusing on our finances and making it a priority. So that is it for today. I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.